Namaste, creative yogis. How you all doing out there? So I'm in my studio now, and I just wanted to share with you, just give you a little bit of insight into my creative process and what's going on behind the scenes, really, to give you some understanding of where I'm coming from with this elemental yoga and how I kind of found my way to it, really. And it has a lot to do with being an artist. And I finished my MA in 2016, and I just really felt like it was time to integrate all the different parts of myself, because I had the artist side of me, I had the yogi side of me, I had the spa therapist side of me, and never the twain shall meet, really. They all were very, very compartmentalized in my life. And I realised that that was probably not a very good way to be, and it was time to do something about it. But I didn't really know how to make that work, and so I decided to just take some time out and have a think about it, and I ended up here in Australia and travelled around and just had that question at the forefront. And I think the key thing about it all, it was about integration, of course, and accepting all of myself and seeing myself as a whole person. But I think the key thing was about listening to my heart and tuning into what was going to make me happy, and constantly checking in there and just going, no, where do I want to go now? How, just navigating my way from my heart space. And there's been an interesting shift with my art practice that's happened since I've been over here. I've done a lot of filming and a lot of photography, and I've had to film and photograph myself, and I had to get past any kind of body issues that I might have, any of that stuff. I just had to let it go. When I was back in England, I actually photographed and filmed my students mostly. So I had to kind of just get past all of that and just get into expressing myself through my own body, which was actually beautiful. And it really kind of helped me to tune into the dance side of the yoga a lot more than I had in the past, and started to weave that in and factor that in. And as far as my other art practice goes, I'm not really a painter. I don't really see myself in that way. I make objects. I started off as a sculptor, but I did stay in the painting department because I loved being around colour and all that sort of stuff. But I always made three-dimensional objects with colour, and really inhabited this space with these beautiful kind of installations and what have you. So making paintings on a flat surface, I find it quite limiting, actually. I get frustrated with it. And I'm not a natural painter, having the patience to build up layers and all the rest of it. But having said that, since I've been here in Australia, because I've had limited space, I've been working in my sketchbooks a lot, and I've ended up doing a lot of little abstract paintings. So I've got one here today that I'm in the process of finishing up. I wanted to share that with you. I'm quite enjoying this one. And I think I've been working on this one for about a month now, just layer after layer. And there's actually collage in here and all sorts, lots of different layers going on. And this one was actually inspired by some sketches I did in the first year of COVID, because I was over in Broome, which is in the Northern Territories of Australia, and I had to isolate in a tent for 2 weeks, and which sounds like hell, but actually it was really lovely. And outside of my tent there was this massive lily pond, and the animals would come down and drink at this little watering hole. So I'd see the animals coming down, and these beautiful water lilies were coming up. And I gave myself the challenge of doing a painting every single day of this lily pond. So I'm just going to flick through some of these things I did. So this is the amazing thing about being an artist, is that you can entertain yourself with these little challenges. And I'm sure you know, because I'm sure you all went through isolation at some point or another. It can really mess with your head. You can go a little bit stir crazy in those 2 weeks. So it was good to give myself a reason to get out of bed in the morning, So anyway, this sketch here is what inspired this bigger painting that I'm doing at the moment. I just love all the colours and the textures that I created there. So yeah, so this is the next step kind of thing. I've kind of expanded on it, on that idea, and just kept on. See if I can show you all together. So I just kind of expanded on it really. So that's what I've been doing in the studio today, is having a play with this. Now, you know, at the moment we're working with the earth energy, which is about practicalities, you know, about getting on with things. So my intention that I set for this month is to have this space, have that balance between busy working and also having space to be creative. And so it really feels amazing to have this space and to be able to just be really relaxed in here and just get on with some art practice. So when you set your intentions, make sure you're really clear about what it is that you want, and you will see it manifest just like that. It's extraordinary. The more you get into this, the more you see it, the more you trust it and believe in it. And you will see that magical connection we have with the energy around us, nature's energies. And when you start to understand how to harness that stuff to help you, grow and become all that you can be, you will manifest miracles in your life. For me, it's miraculous to have a studio, to be having a business here, and I'm in paradise. I really am. And so when I made that decision, 5-6 years ago now, to come over here and ask that big question, how do I integrate all these different sides of myself? How do I manifest a creative business? What's it going to look like? I didn't have answers, I just had the questions, and I just stayed open to being guided. And I ended up here, and I didn't even know this place existed. So trust in the process, this beautiful creative process. We are all artists, we all are. So just trust and go on this beautiful journey with yourself. It's so amazing. It really is truly extraordinary if you just open yourself up to it. It's so magical and beautiful, and the results are just phenomenal. They really are. They're spectacular. So the key thing is listen to that heart. Listen to your heart space, and it has the answers for you. So that's it for me today. I just thought I'd share that with you so you get a little bit more of an understanding of who I am and what inspires me and what I get up to when I'm not prancing around doing yoga. Alright, so that's it for me today. Have a lovely week. Namaste, creation.